Well, when I get on with this video, I'm actually going to tell you a couple things you probably never heard of before, and I do kind of like mix it up a little bit. But there's going to be a couple things related to silver, but not directly related to the price of silver. But it will be concerning you, no matter how you slice it. Actually, I'm a big advocate of going old school, back to the old days when fun was fun. Cycle tramp, she was road rash, living for kicks, right? The hell with the bullshit, the hell with feminism, and all that other garbage, right? And we're going to talk a little more about that, too, on this channel here and even on this video. But it looks like silver's coming in for another landing here. I know it's been dropping. It's very hard to predict, and I think the markets are rigged. Well, actually, I know the markets are rigged. I already went on over this a long time ago, even when we had the BP oil spill. The oil, this is actually the oil on all the commodities, metals, and all that. There's been ongoing lawsuits since the year 2000. Trying to stop them from rigging the markets. Even part of the ones that are bringing about the lawsuit was a former head of the SEC or NYMEX, NYMEX in New York Mercantile Exchange, and that's the deal, right? So, but I'm going to tell you though, just keep looking forward to what's going to be happening in the future, because we got some unexpected events, and I'll tell you something else. You hear about all this doom and gloom. I put a couple videos out about meteors and stuff like that, and I think that's a possibility someday, even though it hasn't happened in a while. But back in 1859 with the Carrington event. Now I'm getting onto something here, because our markets are electronic, and when we're talking about physical silver coin, we're talking about physical money. Physical money's going back to the old school. Back to when things weren't electronic, when you can get on there on your bike or your motorcycle, whatever, your car, and you can touch and you can feel the way things are, and you can see how they work mechanically. They always work. There's actual serious reliability in those type of systems, and there's actual serious reliability in a monetary system composed of silver coin. Now, I'm bringing up something here because, not the thing where, the financial markets will collapse and blah, blah, the Illuminati on the run and all that kind of shit. Well, actually, and I talked about, a couple of things where there was a possible meteor that was kind of close. I knew it wasn't going to hit, but it was closer than expected. There's been more numerous instances of this happening, because we're going through, and it is related to silver now, big time, in the markets. And I'll explain how that is. We're actually going through a part of the Milky Way that is actually more intensive with asteroids and meteors, and so the likelihood of getting hit with one is probably more intense. And also, we're going into the time of the what do you call it? The year or the century, whatever is that 180-year cycle, whereby we go into the global cooling, which also coincides with a lower magnetosphere of the Earth. And I'm leading up to something now. Just bear with me. And it's also coinciding with a lower magnetosphere of the Earth, which means more solar flares, right? Now, that is coinciding with something like we've seen before. One time that happened before our lifetimes, 1859, the Carrington event. Now, even the government itself is now officially looking towards prepping the government, the White House government, prepping for a single catastrophic, like you might call it a weather event or a solar flare, really, that could cause $2 trillion worth of damage and shut down our electronic communications. If that happens, it's going to be physical goods that are traded for money. Even the government is doing that. We narrowly missed what the hell you call it, that happening in 2012. Now, I think when that happens, we're probably going to go into a situation probably where it's going to be warfare, because that might be the opportune time for something to strike. And of course, we got everybody, the defense ministers of Sweden, Norway, Netherlands, and Germany already. See all four of them up here, and of course, the defense minister of Russia is already down here. You can see the difference. So you can see we're going to be in a shitload of trouble. Okay. I also want to remind you that this time of year, I talked about I don't know if I talked about it yet, but the Baltic Dry Index, which is a shipping index going on throughout the world, for this particular time of the year, it's the lowest it's ever been. And that's a big thing, because not only do we have the holiday seasons coming up in the Western worlds, which is actually the driving force behind, all the global exports from China and other countries, and because they're exporting to us, the USA. When you go to the store to buy things on Black Friday after Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that, well, that's the global Baltic dry index is the lowest it's ever been for this time of year. That's a good forebearer of what's going to be happening for this holiday season. And what's been going on over the last years. No matter how Obama is freaking trying to tell you the economy's good, it's not good. Okay? It's good maybe in the stock market in some areas, and even that looks like it's coming down. Actually, Goldman Sachs is selling off all their tech stocks, or they're acknowledging selling off all their tech stocks. They already have. Full of shit. And, of course, we have the global health, the health minister. She's one of the health ministers in Europe. I think she's in Belgium, taking care of the situation, just the way the situation is going to be taken care of in the United States with Obamacare, man. This is actually the health minister in one of the countries in Europe. I think it's Belgium. You believe that shit? Man, what a cow. Anyway, freaking ridiculous. But I want to also warn people about some things about silver in another way. Colloidal nano silver. I was thinking about making a separate video on this, but I said, I ain't gonna bother, because it's related to what you people are interested in. Because I know most people that buy silver coins, they have colloidal silver, nano silver. They make this stuff, right? One's smaller particles than the other, and I hear all these different things out there. Nano silver's no good, colloidal silver's no good, or ionic silver's the good, and that's the bad one, or it's the good one. Colloidal silver's the one you want. No, it's not the one you want. Well, whatever. But I'm going to tell you that there's a lot of disinformation out there, and I remember I put a video out on Ebola. Nano silver does not cure Ebola. Like people were gigging it left and right. Hey man, I'm telling you the truth on that shit, but I'm going to tell you something else. What's her name? Rima. I forgot her damn name. Rima, whatever her name was. She's the one that actually came out with the thing. Oh, we tried to give it to Nigerian officials for free, and they wouldn't accept it. Well, I'll tell you what. She's not only into the selling of stuff. She's also a psychologist. She claims she was the psychologist for the shooter at Sandy Hook. That was another thing she did. And here's a big clincher. She's married to this guy, Albert Stubblebine, Bert Newton Stubblebine. He's U.S. Army Intelligence and Security Command. He was psych warfare. He redesigned the U.S. Army intelligence architecture during his time as commanding general of the U.S. Army Intelligence and Security Command. And both Rima and her husband, Albert Burt Newton Stubblebine, they appear on Alex Jones a lot, and they supposedly tell you all the inside information of all the bad things that's going on in the government. If you want to believe that they're not disinformation, if you want to think they're freaking real, fine. I say they're total disinformation agents, and there's limits to what this freaking nano silver shit can do inside the body, because it does get super diluted. So, a word to, wise on that. I'll probably repeat that again, because I'm going to be putting something out on making nano silver the correct way. Mixture of nano and colloidal silver with, I don't know, the best shit you can get. It's actually got every kind in there. Nano, colloidal, various particle size, and also ionic and colloidal. So, for the cheapest you could do. Using Spooky 2 and a magnetic star. But in the meantime, I want to tell you that, it looks like Hillary's going down, and the real women in this nation who are still upholding womanhood in this nation are telling Hillary, fuck you. I'm telling you, man. That's the deal, man. Because, maybe the bitch is going down, which is good, because I think not only she should go down, I think every freaking scribe that was out there in the major media ought to go down with her. And not only she should get sent to Guantanamo Bay and freaking chopped up and thrown in the ocean for fish food after they get done with her. You can find out with all her connections and go to those bastards and get them. I ain't even for freaking just putting her in jail, man. I want to screw her up to the max. But anyway, just want to make sure that you keep the faith, and also these women cops out there. There's a thing out there. I want to mention this. To me, this is the requisite for being a woman cop, right there. You can see that's the qualifications. The obvious qualifications is that she knows how to ride a trike, and You know, I saw that thing over in Pennsylvania where that woman cop tased that guy, and she says she's tasing the shit out of him, and he's like moving when he's getting tased. He goes, "Don't move," and then and he goes, "Show me your hands." And then he shows his hands. He goes, "Don't move," and then she tases him again. Then she shoots the shit out of him, and kills him, all because he had a expired inspection sticker. Great. And then she got away with it and all that kind of crap. So I'm still hell with this woman cop shit. Actually, I think as long as you can ride a trike, that should be your freaking... These are the obvious qualifications of being a woman cop. Otherwise, you can go take a freaking hike and go down to Guantanamo Bay along with Hillary Clinton and be fish food, because I don't give a shit no more. I'm not pulling any more punches. So anyway, ride to hell, Route 66 MC. No screwing around. And I'm going to tell you that, I'm not pulling any punches on this channel either, man, because, I'll tell you what, I don't really do this for freaking YouTube per se, like a lot of people are saying, oh, I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to make money. And, hey, man, if I wanted to really, really make money, I'd be doing accounting over at a CPA firm all the time. All right? I'll tell you that right now. But I'm not complaining. You understand? I'm not complaining. But I am what you really call somebody a straight shooter, a truther to the max. No bullshitting around. And I think this silver stuff's going to play out. But, it ain't the whole be-all, end-all of the world. You know what I mean? You got to know how to do things on your own. Just like 99.9999% of those people that are in offices that I can't stand, they can't do shit. And right now, after this video and I do this thing, I'm going to be working on my El Camino, which seems to be coming along pretty good, getting rid of all that rust. So anyway, and I'm going to tell you that I was going to mention this. It's kind of a negative point, but I still got trolls from like the Batterizer video, like you see, for instance, on this thing. I figured I had all likes, and all of a sudden this guy comes along, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dislikes. The same guy, like inside of 5 minutes, boom, he just dislikes all of them, right? I mean, I got people coming around doing that shit, trying to trash me. But you know what that does? It just gives me more motivation to do more work. It doesn't work. But I want you, other listeners, to be aware that just because the majority is going a certain way doesn't necessarily mean it's the right decision. Right now, obviously, the majority is not going along with physical silver. And, that's partly why the freaking, selling price is down. If everybody was jumping on the board, oh, you got to have silver, the price would be through the freaking roof. But, you never really go along with the majority, man. You never go along with the majority. And as these older ladies and women will tell you, you don't go along with the bullshit. That's really what the hell it is. So I'm going to say to you that, the sellouts in our country and stuff like that, they ain't going to survive. And the thing is, even if we got them under our thumb, they can't do shit for us. You see? That's how screwed up it is. You have to do for yourself. Now, me, on this channel, I try to do things that are like a little more constructive and say, hey, man, I found out about this. I found out about that. This could save you some money. This could save you some deal here. Whatever, I try to do a lot more than that. That's why I don't like put out constant silver videos, even though I have my channel like I have a silver channel, but I kind of have a mixed channel. So anyway, let me just tell you this, old school is the best way because old school always worked. And as far as all this bullshit they're coming up today with, I don't know, what are they coming up with? Obama's got, gay rights and bisexual transgender rights. I'm like, good, Obama, do whatever you want. I don't really give a shit. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm all for hot chick rights and jumping on them. I really am. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, people could do whatever the hell they want, but don't affect me. You better not be telling me what I should be thinking. I'll tell you that right now. Because, as far as I'm concerned, I'm old school, and I'm staying old school. And if you don't like it, 666, baby. That's going to be your number. You're going to be done. So, anyway, have a nice day. And I'm going to be out there working on the El Camino, grinding up away. It's been coming along pretty good. I think I'm going to keep working on that bitch. It's going to be done, man. And anyway, have a nice day. And just beware of what I talked about again. I'll repeat it, okay? I'm going to repeat it, give you a quick summary again. White House is preparing for a solar event, like we almost had one in 2012, where it can cost $2 trillion worth of damage to the electronic infrastructure. In that case, all these freaking markets are going to go to zero, okay? Done. And also, we got the Baltic Dry Index. It's the lowest it's ever been at this time of the year, which means all these, and no matter what they tell you about the numbers, even though they're telling you the PMI numbers aren't doing too good, they're doing really bad because that Baltic Dry Index is telling you how much global shipping is going on. There isn't any going on. For this time of year, it's the lowest it's ever been, and this time of the year is the time of the year when there should be the most shipping going on. So that's telling you a lot right there. And, yeah, again, also the markets are all freaking manipulated, man. There's no doubt about it. But, you know, it's going to be kind of hard to manipulate it if we have a global freaking solar flare that knocks out all the freaking computers. So anyway, keep the faith, stay old school, don't worry about it. And, you know, I always say that, you know, certain cops rule. This is the only kind of cop I'd ever hire. Right there, man. A trike riding cop with a big belt. Anyway, so there we go. That's my update. I gave you a couple facts. And beware the bullshit disinformation trolls out there. Because, you know, I swear to God, I think there's people paid to throw in bullshit. Like I told you, like I guess I'll repeat that again. About this Rima, whatever her freaking name is, with the nano silver, curing Ebola. And, you know, look who she's married to. This guy's a freaking U.S. Army Intelligence Security Command for years. He was like psych warfare. He's big on that. And she's a psychologist. And she was the psych for, I think it was Adam Lanza or some shit she claimed, in Sandy Hook. And everybody's trusting her as she's got the golden word on freaking nano silver cures Ebola. Don't bet your life on it, all right? All right? Just be careful. Be careful, man. Just be careful. And don't be afraid to fight the power, man. Ride to hell, Route 666.